The dark history of Halloween. Halloween is pumpkins, candy, costumes, and harmless fun, right? But beneath the laughter of trick-or-treaters lies a story far older and far darker. A story of human sacrifice, of restless spirits, of witch hunts, of fear, fire, and death. This is the dark history of Halloween, the Celtic festival of Samhain. 2,000 years ago, in the misty lands of Ireland and Britain, the Celts celebrated Samhain, the Night of the Dead. For them, the 31st of October wasn't costumes and candy, it was terror. They believed the barrier between the living and the dead broke open. Spirits, demons, and the souls of the restless wandered freely. Bonfires roared into the night sky. Crops and animals were burned as offerings to appease the gods. And yes, some sources whisper of human sacrifices to keep evil at bay. Whether myth or memory, the night was feared. Villagers disguised themselves in grotesque animal skins and masks, not for fun, but to hide from spirits that might drag them to the underworld. Halloween began not as a party, but as a desperate attempt to survive the Night of the Dead. The Church and the Dead. When Christianity swept through Europe, the Church saw Samhain as dangerous paganism, but erasing it was impossible. Instead, they twisted it. All Saints' Day was placed on the 1st of November, and the night before became All Hallows Eve, shortened to Halloween. But even with the Church blessing, the night remained sinister. By the Middle Ages, villagers feared not spirits, but witches, demons, and the devil himself roaming the dark. Superstition reigned. Black cats became symbols of witchcraft. Fortune-telling rituals, often involving mirrors, fire, or apples, were carried out to glimpse death or marriage. Halloween was still about survival. Only now the dangers were thought to be satanic. Death, witches, and fear. The witch hunts of the 16th and 70th centuries drenched Halloween with more blood. Women accused of witchcraft were burned, drowned, or hanged, often on charges of summoning spirits on Halloween night. In Scotland and Ireland, people carved terrifying faces into turnips to ward off evil. These became the first jack-o'-lanterns, born from the legend of Stingy Jack, a trickster who made a deal with the devil and was cursed to wander the earth with only a burning coal in a hollowed-out vegetable. Halloween was not a night of innocence. It was a night soaked in fear, superstition, and death. Halloween in America. When Irish and Scottish immigrants carried Halloween to America, it collided with Puritan suspicion and frontier life. By the 19th century, the holiday carried a violent edge. Mischief was not light-hearted. Houses were vandalized, fires set, livestock let loose, and even railroads sabotaged. By the 1920s, Halloween was infamous for riots and destruction. Entire towns feared the night, when gangs of masked youths ran wild. Newspapers described it as Hell Night. It was only in the mid-20th century, thanks to communities and candy companies, that Halloween was softened into the child-friendly night of trick-or-treating as we know today. But its past was far from innocent. The shadows that remain. Even now, Halloween carries echoes of its dark history. The costumes we wear trace back to disguises meant to trick spirits and demons. Trick-or-treating grew from souling. When the poor went door to door begging for food in exchange for prayers for the dead, a ritual steeped in death. And beneath it all lies the Celtic fear that this night, the dead still walk. Halloween today may be about fun, family, and fright-filled funfair, but its roots are far darker, a night of death, demons, witches, and restless souls. When you carve your pumpkin and put on your mask, remember, for thousands of years, this holiday was not about laughter, it was about fear. This is the dark history of Halloween.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to get your weekly history made simply episodes.